Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's Danny Elliott. Thank you for watching me today. Got 13 subscribers right now. Very unlucky number. If you want to get me off number 13, please hit the subscribe button right now. It would help me out. We don't like number 13. I used to be in the hotel business. 13 is an unlucky number. We never had room numbers ending in 13. A lot of hotels don't have a 13th floor. 13 is a bad number to be stuck on. So help me out. Hit that subscribe button right now. But I want to talk to you today about the Zoomers who are suffering from a new disease that was invented. It's called telephobia. Did you know about this, guys? The fear of making or receiving phone calls, or telephobia, it could lead to anxiety and stress in daily life. Now, this is a serious situation. And I'll tell you why, because if you can't communicate, then it's going to be really hard for you to do anything in life. It's going to be really difficult for you to rise to the level of success you're looking for. Because most of your clients and customers and people you engage with in business want to talk to you. They want to know you. They want to see who you are. They want to get a feel for what kind of a human being you are. Now, a lot of people have a really big problem with listening. They can't even absorb the information that's being conveyed, right? Because they're so busy lining up the next thing to say. You don't really need to think of what to say next. You need to listen to what the other person is saying. And then you're going to figure out what to say next. Because you're just solving problems inside your brain as the other person is speaking. A lot of people don't work that way. A lot of people are, even when you're talking to someone in casual, small talk, chit-chat BS, right? You're talking to somebody at the airport. You're talking to somebody at the grocery store. You're waiting in the checkout line, whatever. You'll be talking to somebody and, they already know what the next thing they want to say is. And so if you, divert the conversation in an unexpected direction, they still say what they had lined up. And then you say to yourself, oh, well, that didn't really make much sense, but okay, I guess. You always want to listen to what the person is saying and engage with the other person. But Zoomers are struggling with telephobia because they automatically default to texting and leaving voice notes, but they refrain from conversing with one another, being on the phone. And Liz Baxter, a career advisor in the UK, says that people have lost that skill. At Nottingham College, where Baxter works, they offer a telephobia seminar to help bring people's phone skills up to par. Baxter says Gen Z's anxiety stems from a fear of the unknown. Quote, they associate the ringing phone with fear. I can kind of relate with that. When I was really busy and, everyone in the office is really busy and, the phone at the front desk is ringing. I could hear the phone and I'm like, is someone going to answer that? How many rings was that? Is somebody going to pick it up? Is it my VP calling in? He's going to know that it rang 6 times, So I have anxiety from a ringing phone, but not for the same reason, I guess. I mean, a lot of times we don't answer the phone today because it's just garbage phone scams, you know what I mean? But they associate the ringing phone with fear, and a 2024 survey of 2,000 UK adults found that almost 25% of 18 to 34-year-olds never pick up the phone calls. And about 61% of them say they prefer to message rather than receive a phone call. Part of their anxiety stems from the fact that they don't know how their voice sounds on audio calls, where on video calls, they can read the other person's face and judge their reactions. They see visual cues, said Baxter. So, I don't know. I haven't been on a whole lot of video calls, I guess, to know about this. I always worked, like I said, in person. Always talking to people one-on-one, face-to-face. And I do notice that a lot of times people don't want to engage face-to-face. They look down. They look to the side. If you see people, approaching you, they don't want to talk. It's they have this posture they're shy or they're ashamed. If you're unable to greet people, say hello, engage in a short dialogue, it's going to be really hard for you to be successful in business and in life. If you don't have any experience with other people, you need to talk to people. Customers want to talk to you on the phone, especially when it's it's a big account. Like, they want to know who you are. They want to know that you're the real deal, and they want to talk to you, and they want to know you. So I don't think you can do everything just via texting, via an app. Like, I know that, like, in the hotel business, they want to do everything on an app now. Like the front desk has been reduced to, like, data entry people. Back in the day, you would just pick up the phone and request the request to your staff. And then they would simply do it. And then they would tell you it's done. And then the guest would get what they wanted. But now the staff is reduced to, like, basically machine operators, which takes a lot of the human engagement aspect out of the whole guest experience. But that's sort of the direction where things are going. Baxter has telephobia seminars, and they offer tips on how to make phone calls less scary for the Zoomers. The great thing about phone calls and audio calls, Baxter said, is that you can cheat. You can use Post-it pads, and you can write yourself notes. The non-visual aspect of a telephone call can actually work in the student's favor when it comes to supporting them to come up with the right answer. So this is basic cold calling 101, right? If you're brand new on the phone, you're going to have a list of common objections, right? If you get a prospect on the line, you're going to talk to them. I'm trying to get a deal on the phone, right? Now there's going to be a list of objections, right? They're going to say, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not sure," or "I got to ask my wife." You know, there's a list of common objections you're going to face, right? So you can have a list of ways to overcome said objection, right? You're going to have a list of things that you say all the time. So you practice it. And it's not really that hard. I mean, what am I doing right now? I'm only on my, like, 40th video or something, you know? Like, I'm practicing my YouTube videos. I'm not that good at YouTube videos yet, but I think that I'm getting a little bit better. You guys can let me know about that in the comment section. The only way you get experience is you have to put in reps. If you don't put in the reps, you're not going to get where you want to go. You're not going to achieve your goal. You shouldn't be scared of the other person on the phone. The other person is just a normal person like you. You know, I don't think that there's anything to be afraid of. And she also emphasizes to her students that they have the power to end the call if it's something they don't want. Yes, you can always hang up on the person. She says, "I have the choice to end the phone call, and that gives me that makes me empowered." So, yeah, feel the power, hang up the call. We used to have we called it the LEARN model, and it goes listen, engage, apologize, react, and notify. Those are all things that people really don't do today when they talk to people. You know, a lot of people don't listen because, like I was saying earlier, they already have the next thing they want to say teed up, and it really doesn't matter what you say to them because they're going to say their next line to you no matter what you're saying to them. And that should never be the way a conversation goes. You should always be listening because there could be something in there that you didn't expect that you might have to react to, right? I mean, if you don't listen, they're also going to be upset with you because your response is going to come across as like, that makes absolutely no sense. And that has nothing to do with what I just said, right? So listening is most important. Empathize. A lot of people don't empathize. You know, like when there's a problem that needs to be fixed and it's presented to whoever the service provider is, a lot of times the service provider just doesn't care. They don't empathize. They don't like react in a way that is like, okay, you know, I understand how that must have felt for that to happen, you know, or share a story where that happened to them, you know, just a quick like 10-second synopsis. Yeah, that's happened to me before, and I can really understand how you feel that happened to you, and I apologize that happened. People don't apologize. People don't ever say they're sorry anymore. People never take responsibility for actions that were done. And it doesn't even have to be an action that was done by you personally. It could just be an action that was done by one of your team members. But you still have to apologize, you know? If someone made a mistake, all you got to do is apologize. It's not a big deal. Like, it doesn't take anything away from you, the fact that you apologize. All you're trying to do is make the person feel better, you know? So if you can apologize, that makes you the bigger person, you know? Because the other person is standing there yelling at you, and if you apologize for it, and they continue to yell at you, then they're the asshole, right? And then react, which is when you fix the problem. You've come up with a solution. You know what you're going to do. You're going to roll out your response. You react, right? And then once the problem's been fixed, you notify the person who the problem impacted. And then you let them know you fixed it. But I would say don't be afraid of talking on the phone. We used to not be afraid to talk on the phone. Like back in the day, girls always wanted to talk on the phone, right? It wasn't like everybody wants to text you all the time. It was like they wanted to sit there and talk to you. They wanted to hear your voice. They wanted to know what was going on with you in your life. You know, they wanted to be a part of that. They wanted to, feel your energy through your voice. And you get a lot more from a phone call than you do from a DM. And like I said, with customers, business opportunities, colleagues, I think the more you get to warm up to somebody, the more you know about who somebody really is on the inside, the more you get a feel for their real personality, the more you're going to warm up to them, the more you're going to feel like you're with them, like you're developing something special, the two of you, And then it builds a relationship, and then it can build a business opportunity, and it can make you more successful in life. So talking on the phone is important, even though it may not be something you want to do. If you got an opportunity and, maybe the person just wants to get to know you for a few minutes, but, that's going to make or break an account, a business opportunity, a relationship, pick up the phone and talk. And like Ms. Baxter says, if you don't want to talk anymore, just hang up on him. Click off the video. Get rid of this guy. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. I hope you liked the video. And please feel free to subscribe and like the video and hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I'll catch you next time. I'm Danny Elliott.